I like the way you work it, no diggity. I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I'm about to bag it up. I like the way.
2 days later.
Alright guys, how you all doing today? So today I thought I would go a little bit more in depth about my hip dislocations and how my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome affects my hips. The reason I am doing this one today is because I did get a comment on the video I posted yesterday saying I didn't know you had the problems with your hips as well. But just to let you know, I filmed this one yesterday but I forgot to do an intro, so this is the intro for it. Also, I just wanted to say, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a connective tissue disorder, which means I lack collagen in my muscles, and that's what makes my joints dislocate and overstretch. Now, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys and stuff like that, they're all muscles, so we don't know how much I am affected right now by it, but I did get told when I grow older it probably will start affecting my heart and stuff like that. But I don't know too much about my heart problems, or if there will be, or when there will be heart problems. But I was just thought I'd let you know that it's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's in your muscles, so it's your muscles are like all around your body, like even your brain is a muscle, so we don't know if that's even being affected right now or what. But it's a connective tissue disorder. I lack collagen in my muscles, and I hope you enjoy this video. It's a little bit more in depth about my hips and how it affects my hips. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy this video and I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye for now. So, the pain in my hip, it comes and goes. It's not like my shoulders, or like my shoulders were. It's like it comes and goes. It's strange. Like, if for example I stand up and it dislocates, I need to then, there and then, put it back in, and then I need to like sit down for maybe like 10-20 minutes, because the pain is excruciating. It sends a big huge pain. So I've got it in my hip, so about here, and this is where the operation was, so it's like all the way up and down the main bit of your hip. So the pain, it comes up and it goes up into your stomachs, sort of your hip bones. So it comes up into your hip bone and then it shoots down your leg as well. The pain, it is really sore, but not as sore as what my shoulders were. Now, the difference between a shoulder dislocating and a hip dislocating is a lot. Most people won't think there is much of a difference, but there really is. If my shoulder did dislocate, I maybe 5% of the time, if even that, was able to get it back in myself. Most of the times I really couldn't. The pain, I would just sit there screaming. So my partner, because it was happening so often, sometimes up to like 10 times a day, my partner was the one that was needing to put it back in. Most of the times, he was able to get it back in. But I was needing to go up to the hospital with my shoulder, like, I would say at least 2 times a week, something like that, and that's a minimum. There was a lot of times where even I was going up to hospital, I was getting taken to resus, I would get all the medication to make me really sleepy. They would put it back into joint, but as soon as they started bringing me right back up, or even if I was still on all the medication and they sat me up, for some reason it would just roll back out and dislocate again. So they needed to start putting me right under. So basically, rather than just taking us into resus and giving us midazolam or propofol, that didn't seem to work the best. Like, I was still pretty much awake. I was still able to say like 1 to 10. I was still able to do quite a lot of things, that I shouldn't have been able to do it. Like, I should have been knocked out. Sorry, that was my cat there. I should have been like knocked out pretty much asleep, and I'm still sitting there screaming at them, knowing exactly what they're doing. So they had to like start keeping me in hospital that night, and then I would need to go in for, it wasn't an operation, but it sort of was. I was needing to get took down to theatre. They would give me all the medication, and they would put the pipe down my throat, because obviously you're getting a lot more medication and they need to make sure that you're still breathing. It's totally different kind of way than they do at resource. So they had to make sure, like, they put the tube down my throat, they would knock it straight out, they would put it back in, and even still a few times when I came back after the operation, I would still dislocate. It was really, really bad, really painful. Even going to physios, it would dislocate, and it was not the best. It's really hard to try and get out of that. It's sort of like a rhythm that you go into. It's like it dislocates, everybody knows what to do, what's happening, who you are, and it's just sort of a rhythm, so they know, I know exactly pretty much what happened. But with my hip, it's totally different. I have only had, I think it's I've had 2 operations on my hip, but only one of them to try and fix my hip. The first operation I got on my hip, they took a chunk of bone out of my hip. Now I could try and take a picture and add it in, and if I can add it in, if it turns out not too bad, I'll put it in right now for you. And that is, it's like a U basically missing out my hip, actual missing. I got told that would grow back, but it's not. It's like it's made it sort of, to start off with it was just a little U, but now it's like it started healing, but it's nowhere got there, and it's kind of like pushed it further apart rather than just keeping it together. I don't know why, but I'll try and take a picture and I'll try and add it into this video. But that was the first operation that I had ever had on my hip. That was to take a chunk of bone out my hip and to put it up into my left shoulder. That could be another reason why I'm not having so much bother with my left shoulder than I did with my right. My right shoulder was not my own bone. It was donated bone, so I did get to tell a little bit about the woman. She was an elderly woman. She had arthritis and stuff like that, and she had to get a hip replacement. So she opted for somebody else to use her bone marrow basically. So with my right shoulder, I got her bone put into my shoulder to fuse the bone and to fuse the plate to keep it solid. As you know, I had so much problem with my right shoulder, infections and everything, that it could have came from that other woman. Like the Staph aureus infection, it could have been there from the very, very, very beginning, and it could have been introduced because of this woman's donated bone. So we're not quite sure exactly 100% where the infection came from, but it's kind of just, you've just got to let it be basically, because you're never really going 100% know. But yeah, sorry, my left hip, the operation, I got the bone moved from my hip up into my shoulder, and I got the plate put in as well. Now, I've never really had any problems with my left shoulder after the fusion, not like I did with my right, but I don't know if it was because of the bone transplants, or there could have been quite a few factors. It could have been because of the bone, that's one. It could have been because I got left for 6 months to get a screw that was protruding through the skin. It took them 6 months to get that out. So by the time they did get the screw out, it had killed the blood vessels, the skin, and I can't remember what it is, but it's just underneath the skin. They killed all that in my right shoulder, sorry, I'm pointing to my left. But they killed all that in the right shoulder, and that's why we think it could have came from waiting so long. Because of all the dead skin, all the dead blood vessels and everything like that, it could have made the infection. It could have also been because when sorry, my cat. Tandy, move. When they removed the screw from the right shoulder after the 6 months, they don't know the infection could have been introduced then. No, I don't know if I'll ever find out exactly where the infection in my right arm came from, but I just don't know. I really do not know. And it's kind of hard for me because I don't know how to like protect it from it ever coming back again or anything like that. Like just now, there's no dressings, there's nothing on my shoulder. It's sore if, for example, like even one like that, the jumper pressing onto the shoulder, it's quite painful. But you've just got to live with it. It is getting a bit less painful each day, so I'm just taking it day by day and hopefully it should get a bit better. But my left hip really is not doing the best just now. I don't know if I might need to go and see my doctor or my hip surgeon. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. I might just leave it for a good few months and just see how it goes after that. Maybe even start doing some physio on my hips myself or on my legs. I'm not sure because even just now trying to do some physio on my hip, it's dislocating. Even standing up, it's dislocating. And it's so painful. It's really getting unbearable again. It's not the best, but I'm still trying to make videos for you, trying to put out content the best that I can. Like that challenge today at the start of the video, it was rubbish, I know, and I am so sorry for that. I'm going to get the proper crackers tomorrow or the day after that, but I do have a video planned for tomorrow. I'm not sure if it will work out or what, but I'll try my hardest. And if I can't get that video that I'm thinking about out tomorrow or film tomorrow, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do or what I could do for tomorrow's content. Could you please comment down below and let me know anything, like literally anything. I'm begging for ideas here. I'm just so stumped and I need help basically. I've got 2 other videos in mind that I would like to do that are basically like planned, but I just don't know how I'm going to be able to pull them off. You'll understand more when they get uploaded, but until then I can't say anything else, guys. I know today's video hasn't been the best and it could have been a lot better. Maybe I could have explained things a little bit more. If there's anything that you've got questions about, anything, it doesn't really matter what it is, just please comment down below and ask. If it's about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, if it's about challenging me, if whatever it is, if it's about my editing, whatever it is, please comment down below and let me know. I will get back to you. I go back to everyone so far, so trust me, I will get back to you. Also, I have had a question before asking where did my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome come from. Now, I have answered that before, but it wasn't the best of answers, the way that I put it forward. So I'm just going to explain a little bit more about where I possibly got it from. Now, there's no way pretty much that I could prove what parent it came from because my dad passed away. Now, my dad was a big man. He was pretty big. Do you know what? I'll put in a picture of him right now and you could see for yourself that how big he is. So, you know how big he is. And you should know yourself how hard it is to keep your both legs totally together, put your whole palm right onto the ground. So flat onto the ground. That's hard. Now, especially for a bigger man like my dad, to be able to do that was extremely strange. And that's where we think that I got my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome from. Now, the only problem with that is I've got two brothers and not one of them have been affected with it. My dad has a lot of brothers and sisters, and I don't think any of them have got it, or any of their children. So I don't know if it's just me, if it was the sports that I done when I was younger, or what it was, but it hit me with a ton of bricks, and I do not wish this illness on my worst enemy. It's the worst illness that anybody could ever have, along with my dystonia, which some of you know of, some of you don't. Dystonia is a neurological illness that makes me twitch, sometimes my whole body, sometimes it's just my whole left side, sometimes, well, almost every single time that I do have my dystonia, I stutter, so you won't understand a word that I'm able to say. My eyes like flicker really bad, my neck really twitches, and the rest, like my whole body twitches. Sometimes my right arm, right leg doesn't twitch as much as my left side does. I don't know why, but that's just the way it's been since it started. It started when I was 18 and I was in hospital for over a week, 11 days I think it was, when I was 18. One night, just started twitching, don't know what happened or where it came from or what, but I just started twitching. I went to the doctors and they got lots and lots of different doctors into the room, and they says, it's so strange, I've never seen anything like it before. And I was like, oh, okay. And they started getting more doctors in and standing there staring at us like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is so interesting. I was like, I'm not a monkey, so stop treating me like one, please. But they didn't really care. I got taken to hospital anyway. I was in hospital for 11 days. They put a camera on me, which I didn't even know that they were recording. They recorded me for 3 days, I think it was, without even letting me know. They said that when I was totally sleeping, I would stop twitching, but pretty much as soon as I woke up again, I would start twitching again. They says almost every single one of the nights I did twitch some point during the night when I was totally like sleeping, but obviously I don't know any of it, I don't remember any of it. But they did say that when I was sleeping almost every single night I was twitching. Waking up when you're only 18, and when I was in, I was so upset, like really upset. I wasn't able to play football, so I asked the hospital, please, it's a Sunday, my team is playing, can I go watch them and then I'll come straight back up. Luckily they did let me do that. It was brilliant, but it was also one of the most embarrassing days that I've ever had in my life. The reason for that, you're 18-year-old, you don't know exactly what you're doing or what's happening. You're stuck in hospital, not allowed to leave, not even allowed to go out for a fag on your own without being pushed by your mum or a family member or a friend. I did have one friend that stayed with me almost, well actually she did stay with me the 11 days that I was in the hospital, and she slept on a chair. I wasn't allowed to do anything without somebody with me pushing me in a wheelchair. But that one day that I was allowed to go out, it was a Sunday, my team was playing, and I went down. I was sitting at the side. I went down a wee bit late so that nobody would really see me sitting at the side, like when they were warming up and stuff. So I sat down when they were busy playing, and when it was half time, they came up to me and they were like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I'm not doing this myself. It's not me, it's my body. I can't stop it. And a lot of them pretty much did the laughing. Like, I would do the same as well. I think it was more of a nervous laugh rather than trying to like take a mick, but it still was really embarrassing for me. But I got through that with help and support, and the dystonia did calm down. I am on medication for that every single night that I've got to take, and that helps control the dystonia. If my dystonia flares up, I won't be able to make a video because you really won't understand me. It's just like a totally different person taking over my body. It's sort of like The Exorcist, but rather than The Exorcist, it's Stacey. That's the only way possibly that I could explain it to you guys, and when that day comes, I will make a tiny little video just explaining I've got my dystonia, I can't make a video, and I'll make one when it stops. But that's the thing, it comes and goes itself. But I also got to tell it's stress related as well. So when I'm stressed, my body stresses out and my brain does strange things, and that's what makes me twitch. When I was playing football and I had my dystonia, I went back to football. It was strange. When I would run, I wouldn't twitch. But the minute I stopped, no, I mean the second that I stopped running, I would start twitching again. And as soon as I started running again, boom, it would stop. It was amazing. It was so much relief from the pain. The pain in my neck was so unbearable, like seriously, really, really, really bad. But I got through it with all the help from friends and family. I do have my dystonia still, obviously. I don't think it just goes away for life, just like that. But I've not had an episode for about 6 months now, which is really good for me. The medication seems to be keeping it at a steady rate. But that's all that I can pretty much say today, guys. I really can't do much more for this video. I've spoke quite a lot. The challenge was a complete and utter fail, and I'm going to try and do another challenge for you tomorrow. If I can't do a challenge video for you tomorrow, I will just talk about something. I'm not sure what it will be yet, but I will catch you tomorrow, guys. Also, please like and share this video, but even more so, if you could share my bottle flip challenge video. I would say that's my best video yet, the one that I enjoyed making the most and producing for you guys. So if you could share that video as much as you can, and I'm trying to get 250 subscribers like I said earlier by Christmas. So let's try and make that happen, guys. So like, comment down below, share this video as much as you can, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye for now.
I like the way you work it, no diggity, I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no.